It's the go-to for the how to. You know that you want to get beautiful. Prims.com.au.
Hi there, Primpers, and welcome to the week in beauty for 2012. What a massive year it has been. Kat and I both started out as the new kids on the block here at Print, and we quickly became entrenched in the beauty-loving world that it is, and have absolutely loved bringing you all the latest beauty news for the year. Now, when it came to doing this video, I wanted to kind of focus on all of the highlights of the year, which was obviously really hard to narrow down. But I had a little bit of help because we've been looking back through all of our kind of top beauty moments through our Best of Beauty series. Now, I guess when I'm kind of looking at everything that happened this year, there are obviously a range of amazing product new releases, you know, celebrity moments, celebrity beauty looks, some amazing interviews. So I thought that, yeah, I'd reflect back on those and kind of bring you up to date with a few of my favourite and personal highlights here at Print HQ. So let's get started. Number one would have to be, this is my highlight of the week. So I kind of thought I'd touch on something that's relevant, but I may be hopeless and so 5 years ago, but I was so excited about the finale of Gossip Girl this week. And I think that's mainly because, you know, I've been watching it from the beginning, but on a beauty level, it was kind of responsible for so many key beauty trends in the last 5 years. And what I love so much about the finale on Tuesday was just that all of those beauty trends were somehow brought back into it. So, you know, in the beginning, Blair was really famous for wearing those beautiful headbands. And, you know, it was kind of like a cult following. As soon as she did it, you know, you saw girls on the street wearing them, girls on the red carpet. It was kind of this really strong headwear trend, which, as you would have known, we saw a lot on the red carpet and the runway this year as well. So it was really nice to see that in the final episode she was wearing a beautiful headpiece. And then you've got Chuck, who was really renowned for his preppy kind of suave style, wearing a coordinating bow tie to her wedding dress. And then, you know, we had Serena and Dan and their wedding day, and Serena was obviously working that beautiful textured hair she's so well known for. And Dan fortunately cut his hair so he didn't have that interesting curly sideburn thing going on. And as well, we had the reappearance of Jenny Humphries, aka Taylor Momsen, with her kind of dark, deep makeup goth kind of thing she had going on. But fortunately, she didn't have any of that when she came in for a quick cameo on the show. So that was definitely a highlight on the week for me. Second of all, this is one of my yearly beauty highlights, would be my interview with Berenice Marlowe, the Bond girl from Skyfall. Now, I talked a little bit about this in the interview, but what kind of was the most interesting thing about it was that when I walked into this hotel room to interview her, I was told by her publicist that would be no photos allowed. You know, she'd been on a long flight and, you know, no photographers at all. So I thought, okay, well, it's obviously going to be a really kind of low-key and casual affair. Anyway, I walked in and I was floored because she sat there in this beautiful ball gown, you know, shot through with gold and black, dazzling thread and embroidery. She had a full face of makeup and beautiful kind of Veronica Lake curls cascading down her shoulder, and I was kind of like, oh my gosh, she's amazing, and she really, really was. And it wasn't just because she'd been in the James Bond film, which was obviously really exciting and a career highlight for her, but we obviously wanted to talk to her about her eye makeup that we'd seen so much on the red carpet in the lead up to the premiere here in Sydney. And what was interesting to find out was that she was actually an artist before she became an actress, and that was responsible for so much of the colour use and the way, the shapes that she used with her eye makeup. So it was really interesting to find out more about that, and obviously as well to meet her because she was so incredibly beautiful and charming and really lovely as well. So she was probably my number one celebrity interview of the year. Then for my product of the year. Now this probably out of anything was my hardest one to choose from. There have been so many amazing product releases this year, but it was good because it was kind of the one that Kat and I both loved equally. So that would have to be the release of Chanel Coco Noir. Now, as you can see, it's in a black bottle, which was one of the most interesting things about the fragrance because the actual fragrance itself came about from the design of the bottle first. So because it's black, it kind of has that really sleek and, you know, sexy look about it, but it's still, the fragrance itself is really beautifully feminine. It's got notes of rose and jasmine, patchouli and vanilla, and even some tonka bean. So it's kind of like really sweet, yet really kind of sexy and sultry as well. So beautiful for nighttime or the daytime. So if you haven't finished up on your Christmas wish list yet, maybe you should definitely add this one. It's $169 from department stores, and it's beautiful. So check it out next time you're in store. Now, as for my number one tip that I picked up over the year, I interviewed a lot of kind of ambassadors, makeup artists, hairstylists, but this one came from Nicola Joss, who is actually the skin finishing expert and one of the tanning ambassadors for Saint-Tropez Tan. Now, she came out here from the UK, and her and I sat down to talk about tanning and, fixing tanning mistakes and products that we should and shouldn't use. And she taught me, obviously, number one, I already did anyway, but she kind of reaffirmed the need to use a tanning mitt. Now, this is the Saint-Tropez one, it's $10.95, and I can't tell you how much of a life changer it is. It actually makes your tan go on 10 times as smoothly. It really kind of minimises any mistakes, and it just gives you a beautiful, flawless finish. But the number one tip that Nicola actually passed on to me was that if you do happen to make a mistake or you notice any streaking or kind of any rough or smudgy patches, all you need to do is quickly turn your hand around so that it's facing the black side of the mitt, and then gently buff the area off. Now, you've got about 90 seconds to do so. So it's around 90 seconds before the tan actually sets. So if you notice a mistake, try and fix it as quickly as you can in order to kind of minimise staining and then having to go in the next morning and get your scrub out, which will then obviously take off the rest of your tan as well. So that was probably a really, really important tip for anyone who does do fake tan, especially while we're in summer now. It's a good one to pick up. And also, I couldn't forget to mention the Saint-Tropez Dark Bronzing Mousse, which is also one of my favourite buys of the year. I absolutely love it. If you haven't tried that one, make sure you check it out as well. Now, as for my final beauty highlight of the year, it would have to be the fact that nail art got to see another season. As you know, I'm kind of the nail girl here at Primped. I love everything to do with nails, whether it's beautiful bright colours, pale colours, pastels, but I also really love nail art. And I've been doing how-tos on a weekly basis since I started, with everything from marble art to leopard print, decals, Christmas trees, everything you could think of. I think I've pretty much tried it. And I've loved every minute of it. And I think since I got engaged, it's kind of made me more excited about trying different nail polish and nail techniques, because everyone always wants to look at your hands. And so it's been really fun to play around with that a little bit more. But one of my favourite looks of the moment is to just kind of, if I've got a neutral kind of nail polish on, like I do at the moment, is to kind of just paint my ring finger with some beautiful glittery polish. So it just kind of, gives it a little bit of sparkle and something special. And it's also perfect for party season as well. So if you do have a bit of finger bling, give that one a go. It's always really pretty one to try. Anyway, Primpers, that's it from me. It has been so wonderful having you all here at Primped this year. I've loved every minute of it, and I look forward to a bigger and brighter and more exciting 2013, and I can't wait to share it with all of you. Kat and I are wishing you all a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and we'll see you soon. Bye!